So therefore, he's leading up this whole time till we get to the point of Hebrews chapter 10 to express this idea of Yeshua getting to a place of his body being a sacrifice, as Hebrews 5, 6 through 10 already tells us. On the cross, Yeshua's body is metaphorically like the veil being torn, right? Because
I agree. And the veil literally was torn, right?
Yes, it was literally torn. Okay. But
so that's God's sign that something is changing about the temple. Well, I would say.
Okay. I'll accept your interpretation. My interpretation would be, according to the context of Hebrews 7, 9, and 10, that is expounding upon the idea that there was corruption in the Levite priesthood, which is what expounds in those chapters, which is what we see in the Gospels. And that corruption was them ministering in a temple with the wrong hearts, not doing the behavior of God, as Yeshua calls them out at every single point of the game, which is what I expressed 2 hours and 10 minutes ago. So that is, they were not doing the law of God. They were doing their own things, and they were doing, and this is what I expressed from Leviticus 9 much earlier. When Aaron was required to do the law of God and minister as a priest, he had to have his heart circumcised. He had to do it with the right heart. The Father, just like Hebrews 10 said, it's not the blood of bulls and goats that takes away sin.
Yep, amen.
What we needed this whole time was not a perfect blood or bull of goat, because they already had that. They literally were supposed to be required to get this spotless lamb or ox or whatever. They already had, quote unquote, according to God's requirements, they already had what was needed for that sacrifice. And it still didn't do what Yeshua can do, because he is perfect in his behavior. And then he steps into a priesthood that's never been done on earth. From Adam to the days of Yeshua, no one has ever been able to be a faithful high priest who is without sin to step before the Father. And as a result of that purity, which is what Hebrews 5 expounds upon, he gets to have a greater access to God's power to give to us. And that's why I said earlier, it's a shortcut with Yeshua's priesthood, so that he can minister in his body, his glorified body, in the heavenly, physical, real tabernacle above, and drop the Spirit to us on the earth as he deems and sees fit according to his will, so that it can empower us to help us to do his will, which is the commandments of God, which is all the behavior that he instructed that would apply to us.
Yeah. Okay. And
this is why once we get the promise of getting those laws on our hearts, so we don't have to learn them anymore once we get to the new covenant.